Hello Stamper, welcome to French's video. I'm Frances Martin, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. And today it's a little bit of part of the same technique that I'm offering for customer appreciation in July. But this one, it's look like faux tearing paper. It looked like I ripped the paper, but it's not. So let's get started. We're going to use watercolor paper. That seemed to be the paper of the month. And you see two sides of the paper. Some people like one way better. Some people like another way better. You get the smooth side and then more the rough side. I like the rough side. So what you're going to do is use, on this piece that's not long enough, you're going to use painter's tape. And the painter's tape, usually it's not this wide here. Trust me, it's usually about half the size. I just add this big one here at the house. So if you use a skinnier one, you're going to tear just at the side there because you need enough to cover your paper. So this one, because it's big, I just going to tear right. And you want to have different, really look like it's a tear paper. You don't want it too smooth. Here I get a bit dip in it. I don't want that much of a dip. Here we go. So I'm going to put this right at the bottom. So it doesn't matter if it's straight or not because it looked like tear paper. And then here I'm going to take this, and it was a little bit too much of a dip there. And I'm going to put that right there at the top. The first one I just did the bottom, but I want to do top and bottom. I think that's going to be even better. Now we're going to be using, for this time, we're going to use Marina Mist and Sarah Sand. Yes, I put back my inks away. So you're going to take your aqua painter, that's the water, just go in your barrel there, just regular water. And you're going to wet your paper. I like to wet my paper better. And the reason it's like much better, if your paper it's not wet, it seems that it want to leave like a chunk of color on it. And it's less pleasant. So I'm going to start with my Sarah Sand. Usually I put a drop of ink there, but mine I use them so often that I always get ink there. And then make sure you're don't worry about that. It's going to be good. Make sure your brush it's very wet. So now I just brush here, and that's more like our sand color. Here we go. And you want different variation in the color. You don't want it all smooth one color. So that should be okay here. Now make sure that you're going to wipe your brush very good. So then you don't mix all your colors. And then make sure this is still wet. So I'm going to just brush to make sure. Now, my Marina Mist, I don't have no ink in the bottom, so I just squeeze this and I got it. If you want to do a lot, I would suggest that you use the re-inker. And just squeeze that. Now, the long part is you have to let this dry. Some like to use the heat embossing tool to dry it. I don't like it because it seems if you get spot of colors, it just push it at different direction. So for me, I like to let this dry just normal. So I would let this dry. I want a little bit more crumb cake at the bottom. Gonna squeeze that. I don't have no more there. Here we go. Here we go. So I just want variation in my colors. If sometimes you think it's too dark someplace, you can always come back and brush a bit. But when you dry, it's gonna look completely differently. So now you would remove this and let it dry very well. Depends where you're at, how long it's going to take, and so on. So I had a messy paper, and that's what I got right now, the messy paper here. When you remove your painter's tape, it's good that you get longer at one end at least, so it gives you a chance to start pulling. And when you pull, you see I leave this completely flat and pull. So this way it will not rip the paper. I didn't have this way for me it's working well. And then again for this one, rip your paper. Oops, I talked too fast. See, it ripped my paper. Make sure it stay flat down. It's the first time it happened. So just make sure you keep this completely flat. And don't rush it. Go gentle. I think I rushed maybe a bit too much. And it won't matter there. It's just a little bit. You don't even see it. And so the trick to it is really to keep that tape flat. And you see it looked like it's been paper been tear. Now I'm using the stamp set in the middle. We're going to use this one here. Oh, dang it. I was supposed to keep the tape there before I stamp. Well, let's see what we can do. Because usually I keep the stamp there, the tape there to stamp. So let's see maybe let me try a piece of Post-it note. I think that's going to be better. Let me reach a piece of Post-it note, then the paper towel there. Okay. I'm just going to rip this a little bit. Oops. I know it's not the same, but remember, before you take your tape away, do your stamping. So now this stamp, it's from in the middle. Going to try just two. And I'm going to stamp once. And then I'm going to come here. Oh, I did pretty good, I think. And then I'm going to do one there. And then again over here. See? That's pretty good, but it's better if it's all equal with your, what it's called, with your tape. Now I use two markers. I use the Pure Pizzazz, and I said two. I had three. I got the Pure Pizzazz, I got the Wisteria Wonder, and the So Saffron. So the So Saffron, I just did a little bit in the flower. It's just to add a little bit of colors. And then I'm going to add a little bit of Wisteria Wonder too in my flowers. It don't add much. I'm going to show it closer in a minute. But it's add a little bit of in your design there. And then the Pure Pizzazz though, that I did add quite a bit. I just follow this and the leaves, just add a little bit more colors in my grass there. And over here, it's not something that you see a lot in the thing, but I think it adds quite a bit, to be honest, in just the brown. And the brown was soft suede. I don't know if I said that, but it was soft suede. Here we go. Now we're going to use the Sending Wishes Your Way, and that it's in Butterfly Basic. And the other one I stamped in the Mysteria Wonder. This one we're going to stamp, you know what, we're going to stamp in this too. Oh my goodness, it's pouring cats and dogs outside. Today it's been off and on, sunshine, rain, sunshine, rain. So, and this time I'm going to put it right here. Et voila. And I just noticed that the other one, it's darker. I had used, for my greeting, I had used Night of Navy here. Here I used the same color, and I like this better. It blends more in the card. So now I'm going to show you closer. You can see the green, I think. So now we're going to take this, and I mount that one on Marina Mist. Now this time, we're going to mount that on soft suede. And when we work with watercolor paper, I like to use a fast fuse. You can use tear and tape, fast fuse, and the reason why I say to use fast fuse or tear and tape, it is because it's want to curl and bow and that when it dry. So this is going to help to put it straight. I don't know if you guys can hear the rain in the... Oh, I like in the brown much better, I think, for masculine. And then inside, I just gonna put a piece of this is 4 by 5 1/4. Gonna put that right there, and I'm gonna use the same set that I stamp on the outside. I'm gonna put that in one of the corner. I like to bring whatever's outside in the inside, and then you still have plenty of place to write. And then I would put a little bit of, just to add a little bit here. It's not showing that much, but then I think it, when you look closely, it add quite a bit. And then the brown, not the brown, but the Pierre Pizzazz, just a little bit here to add some of that. Here we go. That is it, my friend. That's how I done the full torn with the watercolor. If you like this, again, for the month of July, on my blog, you can get more of this type of watercolor wash for customer appreciation. So I'm going to show you both of them. Voila. So this is it for my Masculine Monday. For all your product, visit my blog at FrenchieStamps.com. Have a great day, my friends.